Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews! So today, I will be taking a look at the Transformers Last Night Mission to Cybertron Deluxe Class Skullitron! A pretty cool figure in my opinion, so let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here is Skullitron fully transformed into his Wyvern mode, and it's a, it's a dragon. A Wyvern is a type of dragon, and the dragon mode is okay. I mean, he is a repaint, slight remold of the Autobot known as Steelbane. So yeah, it's the same toy, but with some different colors here and there. So he is done up in a nice coppery color with some rust going on here. So yeah, pretty cool color scheme. I mean, he was in the movie, so it's pretty accurate. So, but the dragon mode is not that accurate to the film because he never transformed into his dragon mode. So yeah, let's take a close here so we can take a look at his head sculpt. Got nice red for the eyes, a nice coppery color for the top of the head, and got these the horns right here done in a kind of blue plastic. I'm not sure what color plastic this is, kind of a dark greenish or bluish, I have no idea. And you can see the robot mode feet are just sticking out. So that's hilarious. And you do have some nice Cybertronian writing on his wings. That's pretty cool. The wings are nicely detailed, nicely painted, I will say. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, the claws are not painted, unlike Steelbane's. You can see the feet, the foot are just sticking out. I mean, these are obviously the robot mode legs, so yeah, I can see the tail just right there. So yeah, you can see his head is just sticking out and his butt, so he's indeed a butt head. So yeah. So yeah. Now, articulation wise on the dragon mode, you can actually move the horns around. You can actually make his horns just slit back. He's like going to a nice dinner or something. He can definitely open and close his mouth and can roar at you, so that's pretty cool. You can see he has a tongue just molded in right there. And you do have a ball joint at the head. You can actually rotate this around a full, you can't really rotate a full 360, but you can actually rotate from side to side. You can actually use this joint, move his head down if you want to. That's more for transformation. You do have a ball joint right here, so you can actually move the head around. You can go up and down if you want to. You can use this hinge as well. You can use this swivel right here if you want to. That's pretty cool. And for the front arms, the front legs, they are on a ball joint. You can actually move them out. You can actually rotate them around like so. You can actually unlock this section right here. I mean, they lock into place for transformation, but you can actually unlock them and bend the elbow if you want to. So that's pretty cool. You can actually position the wings however you want. You can actually have the wings like that if you want to, but me personally, I'll just bring this back a little bit and then just bring it up like that. And you can actually position the wings however you want, make him fly, hey. So you can actually, make him fly, Anyway, so he can fly if you want him to. Now, for the back legs, they do have a little bit of articulation. You do have a ball joint right here. You can actually rotate up, rotate down, move back, move forward. You can actually use this swivel if you want to. You can actually rotate right here, although it just makes things come undone on you. You do have a ratchet elbow, a ratchet knee or something. Yeah, ratchet knee right here. 1, 2, 3, that's what I would do for positioning the dragon mode. And you can actually use this swivel right here. The feet can actually move up, like that. They can't really move down, but they can actually move up just like that. And you can position these however you want. And the tail is on the ball joint, and do a bit of rotation here and there. You do have a kind of a bend at the at the tail right here. You can actually bring the tail down on this hinge if you want to, but that's more for transformation. and you can use this swivel to rotate the tail around, and it pops off the tail. And you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. Some of these joints are quite loose on this figure, but it is what it is, you know. There are sweet spots where his head, you know, can actually, stay up, but sometimes it just wants to droop on you. But on my copy of the toy anyway, like I don't feel like the joints are loose. The joints are pretty stiff on mine, so it's pretty solid on my copy of the toy anyway. I mean, there are some copies where the ball joints are like explicitly loose, so it's like it just droops all around at you. So yeah, but it is what it is. But still, I mean, I like the dragon mode, but the dragon mode kind of, you know, it kind of feels empty. It looks empty to me anyway. Now he does come with an accessory. He comes with a sword. So this is the same sword that came with Steel Bane. It's nicely molded. You know, it's the same color, same everything. So if my camera will focus. Focus, camera. Focus. 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 There we go. So you do have nice molded in details on the sword, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. Now there is a tab right here, and it's the store on the dragon mode by using that slot right there, and just plug it in. Excuse me. Anyway, my throat is going. Anyway, so there you have the storage for the sword in dragon mode. So let's get down to some size comparisons. Just because here is Skullitron compared with the Last Knight Deluxe class Hot Rod or Hot Rod with the mighty Steel Bane, and you can see here the differences, the similarities, and obviously, I mean, it's the exact same toy, you know, just in different colors. But I think I do prefer the color scheme on Skullitron, you know. But I think this one has the better color scheme on the feet because because Steel Bane's feet are painted in a nice gunmetal gray, unlike this one is not painted at all. So yeah, I mean, it's an option for you. If you want to get Steel Bane, you can get Steel Bane. If you want to get Skullitron, you can get Skullitron. Or if you want to get both, you can get both. So I decided to get both because, you know, Skullitron's face kind of look creepy in robot mode. But hey, it's a thing you can do. You know, it's your option. If you want to get, you can get either one if you want to. But hey, I mean, I would recommend to get both because these figures are pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next size comparison. Here is Skullitron compared with the Last Knight Voyager class Dinobots Corns. You can see how they scale with one another. And last but not least, with the Last Knight Leader class Autobot Dragon Storm. And you can see how the two dragons look with my tongue stopped working. And you can see how the two dragons look together, and they look good together, you know. Hey. Got more dragons in my collection. Anyway, so there you have that for the alt mode comparisons. Alright, so I think we are pretty much done with the dragon mode. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot to say one thing. Now this is part of the Mission to Cybertron subline, right? So in the Mission to Cybertron subline, just like, you know, the Primus I have from the Last Knight, the Mission to Cybertron subline, they did come with some cards. So these cards, they actually combine together to form like a puzzle, you know, with the battle on Cybertron between Optimus Prime and Megatron, and that's pretty cool. So they actually come with cards, you know, you can actually mix them together, you know, paste it on the wall and make it like a puzzle. So that's pretty cool. But I forgot what card that Skullitron came with, but but it's okay, it's alright. But anyway, so I think it's time to transform Skullitron into his creepy looking robot mode. So let's take out sword and put that off to the side for now, and now we should get started. So the first thing I want to do is just you do the head first. So just bring the horns and just bring them forward like that, and just bring this down, rotate this 180, and this will just tab it into place. So there we go, and just, you know, fill in the gap in the leg and just bring out the foot, and there you have one leg all done. So this side, you want to take the tail and just make sure that this clips in like that. So it just clips in right there to these this clip right there. So just bring down the foot, and there you have that done. So now I'm gonna come right here to the arms, just rotate the hands forward, and just bring this up like so, and straighten up the arm like that. So now, the same thing on the other side, just bring the arm forward, and just bring the, close that up, and there you have the arms all done. So just untap all this, just like so. And you want to take this section right here, just bring this up on the hinge, and just rotate this around, just like so. And now, you want to take you want to take this section right here with this this little port right here. I mean, that's where it stands, and just rotate this around. It's kind of tight. There we go, and just bring all this down, and that will just tab in together. So once you tab this into place, the waist swivel is you know, non-existent. So now you want to come to the front here, just rotate the legs forward, just like so. At the knee, rotate them at the knee, and just rotate them forward, and there you have the legs pretty much all done. So now you want to take this on the slider, just slide this down, and just bring all this up, and this will just tab in right here. These two tabs will just tab into those notches right here, and just tab into place. Tab into place. There we go. Tab that into place, and same thing on the other side. Just tab this into place, and there you go. So there you have that. So now let's situate the backpack. Just rotate the wings around like so, and just unclip all this, and just, you know, just make sure it's all compact in a nice neat little package. So just bring this around, unclip all this, and just make sure the wings are just like that. There we go. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we are done. So there you have Skullitron fully transformed into his robots mode. I'm trying to situate his feet right here, just trying to straighten up his legs like so. And some of the joints on this figure are pretty loose, but not that loose. So anyway, so yeah, so there you have Skullitron in his robot mode, and I do quite like the robot mode. You know, since I like Steelbane's robot mode, of course, I like this robot mode design. I think it looks pretty cool. He's a Knight of Cybertron, of course. So yeah, pretty nicely done Autobot for this guy. Now, if you want to know how I labeled him as an Autobot, well, I did not label him as an Autobot. That was Hasbro's part. So if you look at the back at one of the packagings, you know, in the, you know, his wave mate to Megatron, you know, they did do a Deluxe Megatron. So the Deluxe Megatron, and on his packaging, you can see the cross cells, and you can see the Autobot symbol behind Skullitron. Yeah, because, you know, Skullitron's packaging, they never showed that he was an Autobot, but I think the instructions did show him as an Autobot. I think so. I think the instructions did label him as an Autobot. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. But I guess, you know, the only way to tell that he is an Autobot is behind Deluxe Megatron's packaging. You know, and you look at the cross cells, and then you see an Autobot symbol behind Skullitron. So I guess that's the only way to tell that he's an Autobot. So yeah, I thought that he was a Decepticon, but no, he's an Autobot. So it's a Knight of Cybertron. So duh, he has to be an Autobot. So let's get him closer. We can take a look at that creepy looking face. So I love this head sculpt. It looks so creepy. You can see he has one red eye. Oh my gosh, that is so creepy. It's gonna give me nightmares. I guess that's why his name is Skullitron. There we go, Skullitron. Yeah, his skull face. But yeah, nicely detailed, nicely painted all around. I do quite like the face sculpt. Very creepy. Oh man. Yeah, all around it's a nice design. I wish there was more paint on the arms, but it is what it is. But still, very nicely designed, nicely painted, and nice looking feet. So yeah, pretty cool looking robot mode all around. Yeah, I do like the backpack on how the wings are just situated right there, like that. You can situate the wings however you want, but me personally, I just have them just hanging down like that. So yeah, that's a thing you can do if you want to. But hey, it's a toy. Display it however you wish. So now the articulation in robot mode. The head is on a ball joint. It can actually rotate a full 360. This ball joint is kind of tight, so the head can actually move up a little bit. Can't really look down. The shoulders, they can do a full 360 if you move this armature around. You can actually rotate the arm a full 360. So yeah, if this was not in the way, then the arm can rotate a full 360 with no problem. But yeah, the arms can actually move in and out a little bit. You do have a bicep swivel. You do have a ratcheted elbow joint about like over 90 degrees of bend, right like there, so that's pretty cool. No, I mean, he does technically have a wrist swivel, but the only way to work the wrist swivel is you have to bring this this claw down and just rotate the wrist right here. So yeah, which is kind of weird. So you have to, you know, bring this down to accommodate the wrist swivel, but it is what it is. I mean, you can still rotate the wrist right here without moving this down. I mean, you can actually rotate the wrist a little bit, but you know, it's a little bit. So yeah, and you can actually move the shoulder pads around if you want to. No waist swivel, unfortunately. The legs around the ball joint can move up that far, can move back, like very, very far. If you move the wings out of the way. So yeah, I mean, if you move the wings out of the way, then the legs can move back very, very far. But if you don't, then it's gonna move back like that. The legs can move out that far. You can't really do the full splits. You do technically have a thigh swivel, whoops, but unfortunately the thigh swivel is pretty tight, so I'm not gonna move it. You know, I mean, it's on a mushroom hinge, but this hinge is actually really tight, so I'm not gonna move it. You do have a swivel above the knee. You do have a knee joint about 90 degrees of bend, and you do have a ball joint at the feet as well. So do you have a little bit of ankle tiltage right there, or foot rotation. You know, you can actually rotate the feet around if you want to, or move the legs up. Now move the feet up if you want to, move the feet down if you want to, a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you do have some nice articulation in robot mode, but some things are pretty hindered, you know, like the waist swivel is really hindered and the wrist swivel is kind of hindered. But if you want to use the wrist swivel, then you have to bring the claw down and then just rotate the wrist however you want. Yeah, which is pretty weird, but anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it for his articulation. Now, he can definitely hold his sword, so just bring the sword and put it in his hand. Now, there are slots right here, and there is, then can you use this tab to store the sword if you want to? I don't think so, but let me try something. Hold on, I don't think I've tried this. Yeah, you can tab the sword there if you want to, I guess, but it is what it is, you know. You don't have to if you want to, but anyway, what am I saying? But yeah, I don't think there's any real storage for the sword in robot mode, but yeah, he only holds the sword in robot mode, so that's pretty much it. And I don't see any slots in the back. I don't see anything. I mean, there is a little gap right here. But you know, I don't think there is. There's a, yeah. Let's just say that there's no storage in robot mode. But anyway, so let's get down to some size comparisons. Here is Skullitron compared with Deluxe class Hot Rod or Hot Rod. See how they scale with one another. He's indeed a bit shorter than Hot Rod himself. With the Dinobot Scorn from the last night. And last but not least, with the other Knights of Cybertron from the last night. So we got Stormrain, we got Dragonicus, and his moldmate, Steelbane. And yeah, obviously between Steelbane and Skullitron, you can see the different head sculpts and the color scheme. And other than that, it's the exact same toy. But, you know, I still dig Skullitron. I like his design. I like his robot mode design. I like his color scheme. He looks really creepy. You know, the face, oh my gosh. Oh, that scares me. But yeah, I mean, I like these Knights of Cybertron. The 4 Knights of Cybertron, I think they look really good in their robot modes. These two, their dragon modes kind of look, they look okay. They look aight. You know, they're aight. But, you know, I still dig the robot modes. The robot modes look really cool in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers The Last Night Mission to Cybertron Deluxe class, Skullitron, and he's a decent figure for what it is, you know. The robot mode looks great in my opinion. I like the color scheme on the robot mode. I definitely like the head sculpt. That head sculpt looks pretty cool. It looks pretty creepy. I love that. But yeah, the transformation is nice and smooth, you know, it's pretty enjoyable to mess with, I will say. The articulation is decent enough, you know, if he had a waist swivel, then, you know, I understand how this figure is molded. You can't really get a waist swivel out of this, so I understand, you know, I can give it a pass. So, yeah, but he's still articulated here and there. You can still pose him in a nice, decent pose. The Dragon mode looks okay. Looks aight. I mean, it's okay. It's an okay Dragon mode. Yeah. There's just some things, you know, about the Dragon mode that I really don't like. You know, the Dragon mode kind of looks kind of empty. You know, all the armatures are just visible, and the robot mode feet are visible in Dragon mode, and don't really like that. So yeah, the Dragon mode is just okay, but the robot mode looks great, you know, in my opinion. So if I were to rank Skullitron from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I would just give him a good 7.5 out of 10. You know, I'm gonna give him a 7.5 out of 10. You know, he's a pretty good figure. Just that Dragon mode kind of brings down the level a little bit. So yeah, but still a fun figure to mess with all around. So yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this review, do me a favor and slam dunk a like button on it. Do give it a thumbs up. And if you're completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And if you want to check out a website where you can get your other figures like Studio Series, Cyberverse, Earthrise, Kingdom, and Siege, whatever you want to get, you can always check out BigBadToaster.com for any availability for these figures. So I will post the link to the website in the description down below. And you can always check out my Transformers The Last Night reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below as well. So, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers The Last Night Mission to Cybertron Deluxe Class Skullitron. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out. Yay!